call me awesome, some call me busy. Call me often, Gator on my shirt.
Hi, everyone. Kevin Harlan here with Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg. What a great Saturday night for the NBA on 2K Sports. Well, it was the Chicago Bulls winning their last game against the Spurs.
They were incredibly opportunistic in that game. If they had a chance to make a steal or dive for a loose ball, they went after it. They played extremely hard.
Well, those kinds of plays, Steve, when you're giving up your body and you're taking hits, that's the cost of winning. And that's how they viewed it, and that's why they got the W.
And the Houston Rockets starting five. Mr. Perfect in at point guard. Can be out there with Scola. Then there's Martin, and it's Parsons in at the three. And for Chicago, Rose and Dang on the floor. Taj Gibson is out there with Carlos Boozer. And it's Hamilton in at the shooting guard position.
You know, his athleticism kind of sneaks up on you. You forget about how athletic he is until he makes a play like that.
What a powerful move to the hoop, Steve.
Yes, sir.
Kind of catches you off guard, doesn't it? Because he's got those little legs, and then all of a sudden, bam, he just explodes.
So the Chicago Bulls able to put up the first points on the board. Down to 5 on the shot clock. From 18 feet away, Rose with the rebound.
A lot of wins were piled up in last season's campaign by the Bulls, and a big part of that was their work on the backboards. I mean, they were a glass-eating team, far and away the best rebounding differential in the league.
Now here is Hamilton. 9 points last game out. From 20 feet out, and Scola pulls it down. And here are the Rockets now. Well, back to the Bulls in Chicago for just a second. They really asserted their will on the boards. You're right, Clark. And, Steve, I know that was a huge portion of their winning season.
Yeah, they've led the NBA with a +6 per game rebound margin. Nobody else in the league even came close to that mark, and that's why they were such a good team.
Mr. Perfect gets his first NBA start.
Well, this shows you just how much they like this young man. First-round pick and already a starter, working his way up in this league.
If he continues progressing at the rate he's shown so far, Steve, I mean, we could be looking at a player who will eventually be among the NBA's very best.
Well, something you never like to see, but, guys, he definitely looks hurt.
Boy, what a tough break. I hope he doesn't have to miss too much of the action.
Well, we'll find out in a little bit. Man, let's just hope he's okay.
C.J. Watson, he's checked in for Chicago. Now go to Doris Burke, who spoke with Tom Thibodeau. Doris?
Well, he said to me, guys, with no degree of uncertainty, that their defense was what was likely to allow them to come out on top. He said from studying the tapes in the days before the game that in terms of their defense versus the opposing team's offense, this is a very favorable matchup for them. Let's watch and see, guys.
Terrific, Doris. Thanks. Clark, what's your take on that?
I like the mindset they're coming in right now. I think it's the right mindset. A strong defensive effort from them today. I mean, I think it's essential.
Steve?
Well, no question. If they can have success defensively, they're going to create some offensive opportunities for themselves in transition.
Thibodeau really connected with the players on the Bulls roster early on. I mean, Derrick Rose attributed the huge jump in his game and what he made defensively to the coaching Tom Thibodeau.
He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Boy, that's a nice little tip in right there, isn't it?
Yeah, he just sort of, Steve, he just kind of finessed it up and in there.
Well, beautiful touch. And that's not an easy shot. Even though you're in close, it takes a lot of touch. Nice play.
Well, Clark, and it just wasn't Rose, as you mentioned. I mean, the whole team bought into his coaching philosophy. And, Steve, you've always said, and Clark has too, that when the best player follows, everybody else will follow that best player.
Yeah, it's easy to do. I mean, when Derrick Rose is buying in and believing in what the coach is selling, it's easy for everybody else to jump on board. And when that happens, you really gain a lot of momentum as an organization.
Here's Mr. Perfect after Carlos Boozer's score. Outside, Martin takes the three. Another shot, and foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot two.
Great awareness by fouling on that layup. Make him earn 2 points.
Yeah, I think that's a no-brainer. I mean, send him to the line instead of giving up an easy two.
The free throw drops for Scola.
You know, Scola came to the Rockets a few years back from the Spurs. To think he could have been on that roster, man, that's really scary, boy.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Scalabrini's checked in, and it's Butler in for Luol Deng.